Hello everyone, I'm Akabane101 and welcome to Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. The game is not released just yet, but the awesome Tahg has released a code in binary and after the master cracking of Flamytygwa. Link in the description, you should totally subscribe to him. He's doing some awesome Let's Plays of his own. So you can go check him out. Special thanks to him for earning me this code since he does not have a 360. But I decided to show you guys all about the tutorial of this game for the Xbox 360. And I am pretty impressed. This game is definitely awesome. Has a lot of features that you would say are kind of from Terraria. So if you're a Terraria fan, you'll definitely love this game for the Xbox 360. It's very simple controls and everything. As you can see, there's even leaderboards, which is kind of questionable because I don't understand what leaderboards would be for. I don't know how you even get points anyway. You get achievements, you even unlock avatar items. I have actually unlocked some avatar items myself. And it has been said that this game is based on version 1.6 of the beta. When the game was currently in beta phase, of course. There's also a download content button, obviously leaving room for DLC, possibly texture packs and stuff like that in the future. There has been word of texture packs being somehow modded into this. I don't know exactly too much about it, but there was some words of that in some interviews with the creators of the game. So let's go to the options menu here because I'm sure some of you do want to see that. There is a how to play thing and you can read all of this information and it teaches you how to play the game. There's 3 control settings. You can even invert and use southpaw if you are a different kind of gamer. So number 1 is for those first-person shooters kind of people. Use the item is with the left-hand stick. You're doing an action like breaking a block is with the right the right trigger. Because I'm crazy and I don't know what the heck I'm talking about sometimes. I like the controller design too because it's all pixelated, so that's kind of entertaining to look at. It definitely has the Minecraft feel to it completely. I've been told that the number 2 selection thing is more or less for someone that is a PC gamer and doesn't play on the consoles. So if you are new to Xbox 360 controls and you want to play Minecraft on it, 2 is probably going to be the thing for you. I believe this also changes for the tutorials. It will change the buttons layout. So if you're trying a new thing, you can go to tutorial and practice on everything that you need. There's also a third one, and you can just see all of that. I'm going to stick with 1 because that's the one I was just using. You can go into settings, and as you can see, I turned my music and sound down. One weird thing is that the music seems to run constantly. It does not actually turn off. Once it's on, it's just on. And when you change the difficulty mode, it tells you the difficulty at the bottom, which is something that was actually missing, I would say, from the PC edition. It does not tell you a little bit of the description. Let me just read that out for you guys. So for hard mode, it says, in this mode, enemies will spawn in the environment and will do a great deal of damage to the player. Watch out for the creepers too, since they are unlikely to cancel their explosion attack when you move away from them. Which is why creepers actually explode, even though it doesn't really make sense why they're just exploding anyway when you are fighting them in the PC edition. This is all in the PC edition as well, so keep that in mind. You may also notice that there is a 2-player split screen vertical. What does that mean, Akabane? Well, if I'm playing 2-player, do I want to have it vertically split? So on the left side of the screen, do I want to have my screen on the left side, my friends on the right, or do I just want to leave it horizontal? So with this check mark, this will make it so widescreen TVs are used in an optimal way, and I think that's definitely something very smart to do. Another thing that's really cool is visible on maps, which means you are visible on maps, including your friends. If you are playing online, it can show all 8 friends, or all 7 friends, since you are the one of them. So that's really cool. That's a really nifty addition to the game for Xbox Live. You can also turn off view bombing. It looks kind of cool though in this game, so I'm going to leave that on. And that's about it for that. So let's back out and we'll play the game. So you have 2 choices here so far. There's create new world and play tutorial. So we'll play a tutorial because this is how it is. And apparently it's asking, was I at Minecon? No, I was not. I was not on Minecon. So this is Minecraft, and at the top right of the screen here, you can see it says Minecraft. This was made by the creators of the game. to introduce Xbox players into the wonderful world that is Minecraft. And on the top right of the screen it says Minecraft is a game about placing blocks to build anything you can imagine. At night monsters come out. Make sure to build a shelter before that happens. And as you can see, there's an unfinished shelter actually over there. So I'll press A to continue. Use the right stick to look around. Seems pretty normal to me. Getting kind of used to it. Cool. There's a chicken running around, and looks like we have a chest over here. So to use chests, you can press the left trigger. You open up the chest, and you can move around the little cursor thing with your analog stick, like I'm doing now, or you can use the directional pad, which snaps it to each of the individual things. So it's all personal preference as to what you want. To take an item, you can press Y. It's called Quick Move. You may also notice that you get a map in the tutorial, so you can look at the map. Just the same way as you would in the PC edition of the game. You press the left and right bumpers to select what is in your hands. No hotkeys, unfortunately, but that's because we're using Xbox controller. And, of course, the game is teaching us how to fish. So I am going to say I know everything about fishing by pressing B. And, of course, B drops your weapon into or your item that you're holding in your hand into the ocean. I do that all the time, but whatever. So anyway, we'll throw our fishing rod in here, and I kind of forget how to reel it in. I believe it's just left trigger again. So once the bobber goes down a little bit, and it should go down at some point. Let's wait for I want to see if I can get a fish in this little tutorial. If I can't, well, too bad. But yes, fishing. There we go. Oh, did I get it? Oh no, I don't know. What is the what's the reel in thing? Or maybe I just failed. No, whatever. Anyway, well, fishing works basically the same way as PC edition. You just have to get used to it. It is kind of tricky. Punching trees and stuff, you just hold down the right trigger, and you can break down trees, which is super duper easy and awesome. I would say so myself. And here we go. So yeah, just cutting down some trees. I do need 4 pieces, and then it tells me to open up my inventory. So as you collect and craft more items, your inventory will fill up. Press Y to view your inventory like I did before. This is your inventory. It shows you items available for your use in your hand and all the other items that you are carrying. Your armor is also shown here. And I'm going to go ahead and say I know about the inventory because I will explain to you guys how exactly it works. To back out the inventory, of course, you press X. Now, that shows you the crafting interface. This is a lot different, so anyone that is new to Minecraft for the Xbox 360 will be happy to know that it is very Terraria-like, and if you don't know what Terraria is, do not worry. It is just, I guess you could say now it's code for very easy interface to craft items that are already in your inventory and to save you time. Especially when you're playing on the Xbox version, it would be really annoying fiddling through a lot of selections. I believe it's 9 times 4 as the amount of selections that you get to make, or 9 times 8. No, it's actually 9 times 4. Wait, what am I talking about? I have no idea, because that could mean it's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to say I knew how to do everything, but I'm going to create some wooden planks. Jeez, I am going crazy right now. To make some wooden planks, I just hover over wooden planks, and as you can see, you can switch between all the different tabs by pressing the left bumper and the right bumper. And if you hover over each of these different items, it tells you how to make the item itself. So definitely very, very cool. So let's go make ourselves a whole bunch of wood. Or wooden planks, anyway. So now we can make ourselves a crafting table, as you can see, or we can make ourselves some sticks. So I'm going to make 2 pairs of sticks and 1 crafting table. Cool. So there's this awesome little shelter over here, and I'm going to place my crafting table in here. Crafting table works the same way as it did in the PC edition, where it has more crafting slots. You can even see them on the top here, and when you left click, you can see on the bottom left there where it says the wooden planks. It shows that you have more room to work with. So what does this mean? We can make ourselves a pickaxe. Bam, pickaxe. We can make ourselves a sword. And there we go. So now we have a weapon of honor. And, okay, so use the left trigger to use items, interact with objects, and place them, blah, 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 blah. Nighttime can approach quickly, and it is dangerous to be outside unprepared. You can craft armor and weapons, but it is sensible to have a safe shelter. Shelter is better than armor when you just start off Minecraft. Nearby, there is an abandoned miner's shelter, which is over here, that you can complete to be safe overnight. Okay, so this is a little bit of a safe zone to relax in. But that's how that house over there is kind of like just a unfinished house. You will need to collect the resources to complete the shelter. Walls and roof can be made of any type of tile, but you will want to create a door, some windows, and lighting. You have to complete the first part of the tutorial. Oh, sorry, you have completed the first part of the tutorial. Okay, so I am going to say I'm done with the tutorial, and I'll explain the rest to you guys. When you are ready to explore further, there is a doorway in this area near the miner shelter that leads to the small village. Cool. I don't know if they activate time yet. It looks like they did activate time, so let's quickly just go ahead and start mining some stuff. One thing I foolishly forgot to create is the pick, or is the axe, because axes are awesome. And there we go, I'm out of planks. Oh my god, it's becoming nighttime. Chicken just pooped out an egg. But as you can see, Minecraft is still the regular old Minecraft in vanilla form. So if you are a vanilla fan, this is for you, because the Xbox version is actually really darn good. And I would prefer the Xbox version or the PC version of the vanilla version of the game any day, because it actually feels really good. The game looks a lot better. It feels HD with that 8-bit feel. I don't know, I can't speak English today. But yeah, it's just really, really solid. Funny enough, Tahg does not own an Xbox, so I was showing him this game, and he's like, oh man, this game looks actually a lot different, doesn't it? And I'm like, yeah man, it looks awesome. If you don't know, Tahg is also VAT, and he plays with Direwolf in the FTB thing that just finished not too long ago. And a lot of people keep asking, why does VAT have a Mojang cape? Well, that is because he is an employee of the Mojang club, and that's why he has a cape, because he's awesome. And that's how I got this code. It's all thanks to Tahg and Craig, and, well, Craig, also known as Flamytygwa. So, yeah. Okay, so we need to get ourselves a furnace. Actually, there is a furnace not too far away from here. It's actually part of the tutorial to use a furnace, but I'm going to make myself some more wooden planks, some more sticks. I have 20 pieces of wood on me, which is definitely very good. There's a furnace over here. And let's just go ahead and let's see here. I do not need a tutorial for this, so thank you. So let's take half the stack by pressing X. You just press X to take half the stack. And boom, that goes on top. It says ingredient on the left, which is new. And you can put your fuel in there, so wooden planks are your fuel. And what does this get us? Well, this will burn up and turn into charcoal. Anyone that has played the PC version of the game will know it turns into charcoal. What can you do with charcoal? Well, we'll find out for anyone that does not know what charcoal turns into. So we have a piece of charcoal. We'll go into our menu by pressing our crafting table by pressing X, and we will go over to our tools and weapons, and we will make ourselves a torch. We get 4 torches for 1 piece of charcoal and 1 piece of stick, and basically just press X, and you have that item. Now, one thing I forgot to show you guys is that there is something really cool for new players of Minecraft, which is the what's this button, which is the right bumper. So I press the right bumper, and it says wood chopped using an axe and can be crafted into planks or used as fuel. So to find out what is used as fuel, you can press this. Can be crafted from any form of wood. Can be crafted into many things. Blah 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 blah. But it explains exactly what these things do, which is extremely, extremely useful. Dropped randomly by chickens and can, be crafted into food items. Just ate dinner, so if I have the dinner burps, I do apologize for that. And look at that, we got 4 pieces of charcoal. Looks like it's becoming nighttime, actually. So, let's not die. That would probably be a good idea. So let's just get a whole bunch of whatchamacallums by doing this, and we are gonna make ourselves nice and safe. We also want to grab some torches, and actually, you know what, let's just keep going this way. We could go ahead and, you know, do all this. You press the left trigger to fill everything up, but I'm lazy, so let's go to the next zone, which is a village, because the tutorial world comes to the village. You may also notice that this is cobblestone, not bedrock. Yeah, interestingly enough, the older Minecraft used the color of bedrock for their cobblestone. And as you can see, there's gravel on the ground, there's some beds everywhere. This is a village that you get to go and explore. It's becoming nighttime, but there is a perfectly safe area for me to go chillin', which is over here. It has an iron gate. Ah, yes, the iron door. Which leads me to another situation. The chests are just like the old chests where they had the seams on the top. When you placed one chest here and one chest here, they would still connect and put the full thing in there, but they would put the seam in the middle. So you can tell this is older Minecraft. This is definitely not the newest type of Minecraft. But there is still beds, which is awesome, so you can just go ahead and sleep in a bed by simply left triggering that. And then you go to sleep, and it becomes daytime in a short amount of time. And bam, it is once again daytime, and we are ready to go and have a great day. So one more thing I guess I could show you guys. I've shown you everything, how to craft items, how to place items, how to build things, and all that. I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy, I would say. How to split items, how to check out what the item does. So let's just go see what this one last thing is. Let's get into this minecart here and press the button. And let's just skip through that. And there we go. So we just used our minecart, and that was a really smooth ride, I would say so. And we found a castle. Hey, isn't that awesome? I believe this was in the trailer at some point. There's even a tower you can go explore. A little bit of a little mining cave area here. No. Actually, this is a little port that you can go into. There's even some glowstone that you get to start out with, which is kind of funny. I don't know if the Nether is active in single player and multiplayer. I think it's just active in single player. If it is at all, I couldn't tell you for sure. I haven't gone to the Nether just yet. If you want to find out how to get into the Nether, I'm sure you can find out on the interwebs of the internet. It's pretty easy to get in there, though, just so you know. Okay, so let's go up to the top of the tower and see what's up here, because I haven't actually gone up here yet. Probably nothing too interesting, but I'd say it's pretty cool. As you can see, oh, look at this. This is a very cool view, and yeah, cool. Is there any more, can I go any higher? Yes, I can. I want to be the king of the world, man. I want to be on the top of the world, because that would be cool. This is a very unique bridge, or tower, I'd say. And as you can see, Minecraft is over there. Let's go ahead and put this up here. There we go. I'm the king of the world. Oh yes, one more thing I forgot to show you guys is that pressing the left stick in allows you to go ahead and go in third person view, which is pretty cool. Also, when you go into sneak mode at the top left of the screen, it tells you that you're sneaking. If you're moving around, it shows your character moving around. I think that's pretty slick and pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. And you don't have to hold down the button, which is really nice, but you can't fall off the side either. So that feature is still in the game and extremely useful. So if you're building an Xbox 360, it is pretty darn easy. So that has been the tutorial of the Minecraft Xbox 360 edition. I think it is phenomenal. They did a very solid job on the game. You can pick up this game on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now. And no, I don't have any codes to give away. I apologize, guys. I only got the one code for myself to go play this game. I myself am probably going to still be playing on the PC with some awesome mods like Red Power and stuff, but it would be cool to see that at some point in the near future for that to happen again. So without further ado, I'm Macabane101, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it and subscribe. So I will talk to you guys next time.